Hey everyone, welcome to episode 149. I'm just going to move you up a little. There you go. Yes, the room behind me is a mess. Everything is a mess right now. And I have to clean my house. So it goes. It's been busy around here. It's been very busy. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Because we have knitting. We have knitting. I have finished objects. Dude, that's so cool. It's been a while. And I got a new haircut. See? My hair is still wet. See, now I can do that whole I'm punk rock thing. It's like built-in ventilation. I'm all punk rock on one side. I just felt like it. Now I've got to try and fix this. See, look, I'm normal or I'm punk rock. I can be either or. But I won't rock it because I got to go out shopping. I've got to get some groceries. Like 2 days worth of groceries. What the heck is that? We're going to Regina this weekend. The hubby is going to Regina. Now you can see why the smallness of Minnesota is not, no. Nope. Regina. Tiny little Regina. And get your minds out of the gutter. Okay, so knitting. Finished objects. Before we get into Squaresville, I finished my handspun socks in one. Oh, there. One is a little longer than the other. It's because of the difference in heel. There's a little bit of difference in the heel. Whatever. They both fit on my feet. I don't care. Ta-da! Handspun socks. These also were knit from the toe up, which is not something I normally usually do. It is out of the Gales Art 7515 BFL Superwash BFL nylon in the Sherlock colorway. I didn't spin it with any actual intent. I haven't put them on my feet because I wanted to show you. So, 1, 2. Jenny and Judy were riding my coattails. That's what they were doing. They were making sure. I think that I like the heel that I just kind of wung better than I like the heel where I followed a pattern. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of weird. So those are done. Woo! Second pair of socks in 2014. It only took me till the end of March. I'm horrible. Oh, so horrible. I know a lot of people apologize for drinking. Whatever. If you expect me to do this whole thing without having coffee, no. All of a sudden I'd just fall flat and be thirsty and be unimpressed, and that would just suck. I also have squares. I don't necessarily count them as a finished object. They're more of a ongoing thing. I am almost at 40. So I have this one. I can't remember what I knit out of this. But this is Heritage. Hello, strange man walking outside. This is Cascade Heritage. I think I knit socks, but I don't remember. I really don't. I may have knit a shawl. I don't know. This is Madeline Tosh. I made my Legola socks out of that. This is Blue Moon. Fiber Art Socks That Rock. In the Pining for You colorway, when I was in the club, I did the test knit for the Wild as the Wind hat for Lethal out of that. This is also Socks That Rock in the Chapman Springs. I did a pair of Leyburns out of this. And lastly, I got a box from my mother-in-law, and she sent me some scraps, and this is one of them, and it is gorgeous. So there you have it. I wrote down that I had 4, but I did one last night, so now I have 5. And I'm pretty sure I'm like at 38 or something. I'm hoping that the road trip, which we're both half driving, it's about 12 and a half hours to Regina from here, just FYI. We're going to take turns driving, so I'll have approximately 12 hours. Because, well, I'll drive half and I'll knit half, and so I'll probably bang out a fair amount of squares on the road. That's my big plan. I have like 2 or 3 things I'm taking, and that's it. We're driving up on Friday. I'm getting there Friday night. The celebration of life is on Saturday. And then we're driving back Sunday because we're friggin' crazy. And because that's about all the time the hubby can get. And thankfully, they let him go to Canada, because usually you need 45 days notice. I'm not sure if I already said that. That's right. You can't just go to Canada if you serve in the armed forces. You need to give notice. It's Canada. Come on. Like, we're not a hostile territory. We're right up there. Like, seriously. I live in a state that borders a portion of Canada. Although we are not driving up to Winnipeg and then doing the number 1 to Regina. I've done that trip many a time. It's a crappy trip. The roads are better if you go through North Dakota. So that's what we're doing. Going through North Dakota, going up through West Van, and then hitting Regina. I'm sure you really cared about that. I wanted to dye my hair. It's not getting done. There's a lot of stuff that I wanted to have done. It's not getting done. Just, I gave up on things. Works in progress. Works in progress. I do have works in progress. In my seashore Sharon bag. Which I love. Petrie also loves it. I have the first Puppy Love sock, which you saw had the Afterthought heel put in, for my husband's size 11 feet. Just to give you a clue, size 11. That's right. He got big old feet. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to actually do the whole thing and put in the Afterthought heel. If I can't put it, if the Afterthought heel needs to be black, so be it. I'm not 100% sure. I have done. This is out of Knitter's Nightmare Baddie sock in the Puppy Love colorway. The Baddie is 400 yards. I have definitely done socks for him out of 400 yards. It'll just be really close. So I'm not too worried. I'm not sure if I should be worried. I don't care. I'm doing my standard top down with an Afterthought heel because that's generally how I roll. The second sock, I put in the waist yarn right here. Right here. It's green. It's green and the purple. See the green and the purple? That is the Afterthought heel line. So these are coming with me. I may put them in a different bag because this one doesn't close. It's great for home knitting and fiber. It's what I use it for. But we're going in a car. I may have to put it in one of my other ones. But since I finished my hand knit socks, I can put them in that bag. Not that I don't have enough bags. I have bags coming out of my ears. I got a gorgeous Amy Beth bag, which I totally love. I haven't shown you because it's in the kitchen. It's actually, like, our kitchen has a thing that's into the living room, and there's a lip, and it's supposed to be like a nook or a bar or something. It's the catch-all. That's what it is. It's like, well, no, everything goes there. My other work in progress is not going to show up properly. It's actually a really dark, burnt cherry, kind of auburn. I'm calling it black cherry. It's kind of a reddy, browny black. It's either going to be blown out and too light or like really dark and you can't tell back here. But I actually dyed up this colorway. This is the Spider Lace, the Knitter's Nightmare Spider Lace, which is an 80/20 superwash merino silk. And my sister-in-law wanted this thing. She went she was shopping. My sister-in-law is an investment banker, so she has to look like $1 million, but she's also a hippie. So it's a very weird conundrum for her, because she does tend to buy expensive clothing for work, and then then she's got her like hippie clothes when she goes home. But she went shopping and she saw this thing, which was knitted out of acrylic, and it's basically like a shawl meshed with a poncho, meshed with a cowl. It was out of acrylic. It was horrible. So she called me up. She was like, will you make this for me? I'm like, yeah, sure. She's just curiosity's sake. Tell me more about this. And she's like, so she sent me, like, it's from a professional designer kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, I'll rip off a professional. I have no scruples when it comes to that, because it's my sister-in-law. Like, seriously, I'm not going to sell it. I'm just making it for my sister-in-law. So she sent me a picture of what it looked like. And again, it's a shawl crossed with a poncho, crossed with a cowl. It's basically a giant scarf with some buttonholes, so you can drape it stylistically. She's like, I figured I shouldn't spend like $280 on something you could probably knit me. He's like, well, if it weren't machine knit and it were out of acrylic, I could understand why it was $280. But I can't. You're paying for a brand at that point. And this is easy, because it's like, well, I can just piggyback this into a birthday gift or something or other, and it's fine. No big deal. And the only downfall is it's out of lace weight. She wants to wear it in her office because it's cold in our office, but it's warm outside. Well, it's not warm outside yet, but when it gets warm outside and it's cold in the office, she wants something that's shawly, but that looks good and professionally, and apparently it's the style. Lord knows I don't follow the damn style. So I started off, I looked at the pattern, and seriously, it's a runched shawl with, like, buttons. So I'm calling this the shallow, not shallow. I am borrowing from Amy Beth. I hope she doesn't give a crap. And so I started. It's very light, as you can see. It's not so light when you put it back here. It's very light. It's airy. It's holy. I'm knitting it on 3.25 millimeter needles. I'm using my signatures. And I may write up the pattern if someone wants it. It's basically what I'm doing is making a runched scarf. And I'm going to make it so long that it wraps around her shoulder. And then I'm going to put buttonholes in the bottom, the cast off in the pull in part at the bottom, and then I'm going to sew buttons on the garter points. So basically, cast on, knit 8 rows, increased every stitch, knit 20 rows, decreased every stitch, knit 20 rows in stockinette, decreased every stitch, knit 2 together the whole way across, knit 8 rows of garter, lather, rinse, repeat. So she is a short person. I'm not saying this to be mean. But my brother is the same height as me. She's the same height as my mother. My mother's 5'1". They are tiny. They are petite. They are cute. She's very cute, but she's not really tall. So this is my estimation of how long it should be. And yeah. So I have 2 pieces done. This is going to be in the car with me. I'd like to get it done as soon as possible, but hey, I've got a million things on my brain and in my book, and FYI, I haven't sent out the prizes yet because I suck. And I've been busy with Petrie. Petrie is actually the reason the prizes haven't gone out. She, tangent portion for you. It was Sunday, and I had just finished spinning. I was warping, no, I hadn't just finished spinning. I was about to start spinning, so I needed to clear off a bobbin that I had plied on, and so I was nitty-nottying it and counting, right? And Petrie kind of came up and mewed at me, which means she wanted food. So the hubby got up and was like, well, she wants food, so I'll feed her. He gave her food she didn't want to eat. And I was like, this is not good. So when I was done counting, I said, well, did she eat? No, she didn't eat. Has she eaten today? No, she hasn't eaten. Well, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. She needs to eat. This is not good. She hasn't eaten all day. She's diabetic. We're in trouble when she doesn't eat. So I checked her blood sugar without eating. She was at an 8, which is a little high for her. She needs to be at a 5. 5 is good for Petrie. 8 without food is really high for her. 15 and 10 to 15 we're in insulin level. 20 we're in a coma. That's basically how it goes. So I knew something was amok. So she went to her perch on this cat tower we have. She owns one perch, like the others won't go on that perch, and there was blood on the perch. So I was concerned. There's blood on the perch. What end did it come out of? What do I need to be worried about? And there was blood in the litter box, so that meant that it was coming out of her bum, and that meant bad. She has been prone to bladder and urinary tract infections since she became diabetic, so my immediate thing was we need to get her eating and we need to get her to a vet. She was trying to hide from us. She was getting listless. Her balance was going. Like, in a day, she can go that downhill. So I got some wet food and I mashed it up and I warmed it up so it smelled good. And then I had to hand feed her, which was annoying, but I do it because that's how I roll. And so once she started eating again, she was good. She was trying to pee a million times and she couldn't pee. It was more of a dribbling. And so that was my Sunday. Monday we got her in first thing in the morning. And sure enough, bladder infection. Really bad bladder infection. I actually managed to get a urine sample because the last time she had a bad bladder infection and they needed urine, she had to be knocked out and catheterized because she's a beast. And so when she stopped peeing in the litter box because of the discomfort she was feeling, and we have puppy pads we put down. It's the trick, man. If you don't want them to splash too much, put puppy pads down. So she was using a puppy pad, and I literally just stuck a Tupperware under her butt and caught it and took it in with me to the vet. So they had one. And her pee was very diluted. She had a lot of blood in it. So they gave her an antibiotic shot and an antihistamine shot because her mast cell tumor tends to flare up when that happens. So that was a great day. That was Monday. That was my Monday. Yeah. So the mail hasn't gone out. It probably won't go out until I get back from Regina. I'm sorry. There's mitigating circumstances financially currently, being that Petrie needed the money and that I was going to use to ship out more presents. But that will be fixed. Don't worry about it. And since I'm going to Canada, the shop will be closed on Thursday nights. It will reopen probably Sunday night or Monday morning when I get home. I'm hoping to have stuff in there soon. New stuff. Just a really weird week. Just a lot of wee. But Petrie is doing much better. As soon as she got the shot, we came home. I hadn't even gotten... I'd gone to the washroom and I went to make a cup of coffee with the Keurig, and yeah. I didn't even get into the kitchen to make the cup of coffee, and she was already demanding food, which was great. And then she ate more in the first 2 hours of being home after she got her shot than she did the entire day before. So she is bouncing back. Like, she could care less now. She's like, this is my spot, now feed me. Love me? Go away. So she's back to normal. It was a scare. That was a tangent. Shall I show you my spinning? I've been spinning. My first spinning, this stuff, is Frabjous Fibers. It is a 65-35 superwash merino nylon, it's very sparkly. The sparkle is not showing up. This is like a German sparkle party. If you haven't seen that on YouTube and you're crazy, go watch the German Sparkle Party. Sparkle Party, Sparkle Party. I got 300 and some yards. I do believe it's pretty much a sport weight, sport DK. Trying to spin a little thicker. Just trying to prep myself to spin a little thicker. And then I finished that, so I didn't know what I was going to... I was literally like, I'm just going to spin because I can't go out of the house on Sunday. I have to be near Petrie. So I spun this. I like to let it rest on the naughty as well before whatever I do with it. So this is Nest Fibers Super Fine Merino in the Smitten colorway. It is, of course, washed out. It is really pretty. There are many colors in here. It's very pretty. It's very springy. I got 300 and some yards, too, on that. 300 and that's a solid sport with fingering in some spots. I'm trying to spin a little thicker. I don't know how that's going. And then my mother-in-law also sent me this. Look, it's fucking Chloe. It's a girl hugging a sheep in a bow tie, and it's got a skein of yarn, and it's got pattern. Like, how awesome is that? I've never used their worsted. It's superwash wool and organic cotton, so I'm interested to see how this knits up. I like the feel of it. It's very soft. I kind of want to have coffee in this cup right now, but I wanted to show you guys because it's so cute. And it came with the pattern, the Cupid cowl. So probably make that up sometime soon. See how the yarn does. It's quite cute. It's adorable. So that made me happy and squee because I'm spoiled like that. Aside from that, not a lot going down. Getting ready to go to Regina. And I lead a very boring life. That's the long and short of it. I really do. I try to be as boring as possible. I don't try to be boring. I just, yeah, I need to get out more. But I will someday. Right now, it's prepping. I'm prepping. I'm starting to, write down stuff and get ready and get my classes in order for SSK so that I don't have to worry about them while I'm dying for vending and all that exciting fun stuff. I'm so looking forward to it. Because I know that come June 10th when the hubby goes away for a year, I'm going to be bat crap crazy. And I need the closeness of knitter folk who will make me feel better. That's the long and short of it. That's going to be my perk. It's going to be my perk. In the meantime, I have to knit these friggin' squares till my eyes bleed. But the good thing is, they're quick. They're quick, they're easy, I can bang one out in a night. And I don't really worry too much. I'm almost halfway done. Considering I had like 7 to start with, and now I'm like almost at 40. And that's under a month of work. I'm not too worried about getting it all done. I'll probably start laying it out and looking at it after I hit like 80, 90, just to make sure I have the size right. 120 is going to be a bit, but I am not worried about that. I am not worried. I'm almost at 40, at 12 hours in the car. Between that and the shallow, I'm probably going to get a lot of it done. I just, can you tell I'm stressed and I've got a lot to do? I have to go get groceries. You probably have things to do and places to be. I'm glad you had fun listening to me with my sorry state of affairs in Sadieville. It's not a sorry state of affairs. We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty awesome. I have to file taxes when I'm in Canada. Not only do I get to go to a celebrational flight, I have to do my taxes, my Canadian taxes. I did my stateside taxes. That was a weight off my shoulders. Now I have to go back and do the Canadian taxes for the first half of the year that I was in Canada last year. I've been here for a year. I've been here for a year and I'm still not used to America. Anybody want to take bets on how long it's going to be before I get used to it here? I don't know. I know not. But you know what I do know? I know you should have a great week, and I know that it's April, and yeah. Spring is coming, people. We may as well have fun. So until next week, happy knitting.